Hi, Martina.
Hi, Dino.
So thank you for coming today. And
No problem.
you're having an issue with Elena?
Yeah. So
That's your daughter, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Um, I'll talk about her a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me
Okay.
about her.
So my daughter Lena is in the sixth grade, and one of the challenges we like to look at it as is she just went. Well, we transitioned to a new school, so a middle school. Sixth grade new school, and one of the challenges I think that we're coming across the most is she's just been having a really hard time keeping track of her assignments and her homework. She didn't really have that problem before.
When you say before, when did this problem start?
I think we started with the new school. Yeah, and I think also because we've talked about this a lot with her teachers, and we're trying to brainstorm ways to help her. But I think the biggest thing is that she's now switching classes. She's a different teacher for every class. So whereas before in fifth grade, fourth grade, third grade, they were with the same teacher all day, I think it's just a really big change for her. And she's definitely, whereas before she was able to write down all her assignments because we were in one classroom, the teacher had it for each subject. Now, she forgets to write her assignments in her assignment notebook. And on top of that, she'll be forgetting books that she needs for science homework or whatever it is. Before I just feel like it wasn't as big of a challenge for her. She had all in one spot, but I really think the new school and the transition to middle school is just she's all over the place with her organization.
And this challenge it started when she transitioned. So did she transition from one building to another, or did you move to a different school district?
We live in Chicago. So she was at the neighborhood school, and it was a decent school, but the charter school in the neighborhood is just known for better academics. It's a smaller setting. I feel like smaller class sizes. So she moved from one building to another. I mean, it's down the street, and she still has some friends that went to her previous elementary school with her, but I think it's just new. Being in sixth grade, it's a 6 through 12. So it might be a little overwhelming for her and trying to get used to each of the teachers. And I don't know, sometimes I'm wondering if because she switched schools, if it's making it worse, or would she have had this problem if she stayed at her old school? So I think that's the biggest thing that, we can't harp on that too much. Just try to find a way to work. Yeah.
Do you know how she was settling in this new school? I say academically and socially, but is she making new friends?
Yeah, she has two of one of our neighbors goes to the same school, and she's made a good group of friends. She's on the soccer team. She was on the basketball team, so socially, there's really no concerns. Her teachers, I've talked with them about all this. It's just the homework and forgetting to write it in her agenda, and I don't know what it is.
And when she forgets to write it down, does she just completely not do it? Or
if she remembers to bring it home, so she might forget to write it down each class. So she has 5 classes, core classes. And most nights, science and math, she'll have homework. Social studies and English, they don't always have homework every night. So not only is she forgetting to write down in her agenda for each class, okay, this is my science homework, this is my social studies homework. She'll, if she remembers to write it down, then the next step is remembering it to bring it home.
Yeah.
So, that's been something we've been trying to fix this.
Well, when she does bring it at home, does she complete her assignments always?
Yeah.
Does she ever feel overwhelmed with the homework? Is it too much sometimes?
She struggles with math a little bit. But, I tell her all the time, I struggle too. It's okay. We stay after for tutoring. It just takes her a little longer with math. But for other assignments, academically, she's at grade level.
And this issue, is it specifically one class she forgets to bring her homework from, or is it just all across throughout the 5 core classes?
Throughout, you know what? I think throughout, well, yeah, throughout all of the classes. I'm trying to think if like English was a little different, but no, all across the board. Yeah.
And how often would you say this happens within a week?
At least like twice a week, 3. Yeah. I mean, they always have homework on Mondays. So it's like Monday she knows that there's homework, but Mondays and Wednesdays there's always homework. Those Tuesdays there's sometimes homework, not Fridays never homework, but yeah.
And how does this work when she gets home? Do you ask her about her homework or the father?
Yeah, well, so I usually get home first. My husband gets home later at night, in time for dinner. So when we get home, her and I will sit down. We'll sit at the table. I'll have her sit down. I'll give her a snack and ask her how the day was. And I'll be like, okay, like after she kind of gets that cool down from coming home from school, I'm like, all right, let's pull out your homework. Let's get it done while I make dinner. And a lot of times she'll like pull out like an empty agenda and homework not filled out, or like she'll have her science binder, but there's nothing in there for her to do.
And how does she react when you say, why didn't you bring it?
I forgot. Maybe she's too busy socializing, and she forgot. I don't know. I'm like, what do you do after school? Like, do you stop to think and like, let me take home these things, or like, are you talking with your friends and just so, like, in that 6th grade mentality, socializing, like, I'm not even gonna think about it. I don't care. I don't know.
So you would say socializing is a reward for her? Do you do things with her? Like, is there certain things you like to do together?
Yeah, her and I, we have our like mom and me days. We'll get our nails done. We'll just go to Lush, get bath bombs, go for like a cute lunch. So yeah, she really enjoys those things, but she also is getting to that age too where she's starting to socialize with her friends and want to do sleepovers and want to do sports. So yeah.
I see. So I'm trying to think of a way now how we can go into this and see how we can like solve this issue that's going on. So have you tried anything already?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. So at first I wasn't too concerned, and now it's like we're almost like after winter break is when we were like, all right, we really got to hunker down on this, right? Up until like winter break, we're like, maybe it's transitioning, like she'll get used to it. It's a new school. And then after winter break is when I started communicating with her teachers more about my concerns, and really just reaching out to them and saying like, hey, like help me come up with something to help her remember her work.
And what have her teachers recommended?
So the first thing that they recommended was like, let's try to set up some kind of, well, the first thing was making sure that kind of like a reward system. So basically if Elena gets each class, at the end of each class, she has to go up to her teacher and get a signature next to that subject, whether or not there was homework. So if there was homework, there needs to be a signature. If there was she just write no homework and still a signature. So then if she has all 4 signatures every day of the week, by the end of the week, we get to choose an incentive.
And how's that worked out so far?
I mean, we've been doing it consistently since February, I'd say, and it's going a lot better. It's almost now where it's less of like, in the beginning, I said, okay, Elena, we had like a sticker chart. If she had each signature, each day she'd get a sticker. And so by the end of the week, if she had 5 stickers, she can choose to do like something special that she enjoys doing. Or we also said once it started working, we're like, okay, now let's see like if you can get a reward at the end of the week with 5 stickers, or if you wait like for 2 weeks and get 10 stickers, like you can choose an even bigger treat. So it'd be like a whole mom and me day where we go to lunch and go shopping and like get our nails done. So that
something nice for her
to
look forward to.
That she enjoys doing too. And it's nice because now it just kind of become a thing. I think eventually maybe this will we can kind of wean away the reward system and then kind of just have it like she remembers her homework and her and I get to do something fun once or twice out, every other week.
So let's try it. How can you completely eradicate the problem, the current issue, or to see, because she's still missing it to 2 out of 5 days out of the week, like consistently.
Yeah.
So have you? Can you try calling the teachers, or say not calling, or even emailing them, like on a daily basis?
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, it gets hard, right, with jobs and emailing every day. I know it sounds terrible, but and also like so we email once a week, unless there's once a week now. In the beginning, it was like okay, like twice a week, Monday and Friday. Just to kind of check in, and now I think it's weaned down. I think maybe I haven't even emailed them for 2 weeks, but I've kind of, I think the emails, we're on the same page now, the teachers and I, when we start seeing that she's like getting forgetful or, forgetting homework or like a big assignment, or she hasn't forgotten a big assignment since we started this, but they're really good at emailing.
Okay. Well, seeing that the incentives work for her, do you think if you would if you can make sure, like Elena, do a new system of a new incentives of something she wants? Like, say, you mentioned she wants to go on sleepovers.
Yeah.
So is it possible maybe that if she gets all her homework home on time, because you're there usually at dinner checking it over, and if she does do that, would you be comfortable with letting her sleep over at a friend's house?
I mean, yeah, but so it's something that we'll work towards eventually. Is that like my hope is that like by the end of the year, starting next year, it just becomes habit for her.
Absolutely.
Where she's writing down all her assignments and making sure at the end of the day, not only that, but like writing down her assignments, getting that signature, and then eventually maybe like she won't need to get the signature from the teacher.
Absolutely.
Right?
It'll just become habit.
Yeah. And that's kind of like built in, right? Because if she keeps remembering to do her homework and bring it, then her grades will be higher. And then, if in my eyes, I'm like, whether or not it's good, but you have good grades, they get rewarded. So eventually I hope that we wean off the...
Absolutely. So maybe from now we can start off maybe a daily check-in with the teachers, make sure that she's bringing it home.
Yeah.
Or if, does she have a cell phone?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay,
Not yet.
For sure. So I guess...
maybe that could be a big...
That could be an incentive.
A big
possibly. One. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I never thought.
Maybe start checking in.
She hasn't started asking yet, so...
Oh, that's good.
Like, I let her use mine when she has an iPad, but, like, the cell phone, it's coming.
Yeah. So eventually it's going to come to maybe that or a sleepover can be a new incentive for her.
Okay.
And but check in with the teachers. Maybe just send out an email in the morning or whenever you have time during the day, just to make sure she gets that in, and you check it over. And as soon as it becomes more of a habit, you start noticing it. Just a reminder of the prize.
Yeah. Or even do like something where... like right now, because like the school year's gonna end, summer is gonna come, so I'm like, I'm worried about next year already. I'm like, we can't even get through this year. But eventually maybe, whereas in 7th grade, looking to the future, if she still has this really huge organization issue, making it so that like, all right, if you write in your assignments every day, like you don't need the signature now because like we trust that. And maybe I don't even have to check it every day eventually, because I know that she'll write it and do her homework.
So as of now, we can start continuing the daily monitoring. If she's bringing it in, checking with the teachers, hopefully that'll become more of a habit. Then after time, if that's a new incentive is needed, we can start that.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well,
all right.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.